Good morning, guys. How's it doing? Well, let's follow up with our lab. Today's task will be about certificates and DNS. So we are gonna configure FMC and ISE certificates for HTTPS and APX grid. I will explain to you guys how to do it that. So let's go through it, right? So I'm already connected to the Windows server, as you can see here. So on the last video we had all the services running, so we just missing here the only step that we haven't do it yet. It is the DHCP. So let's go on, let's configure it first. Let's work with certificates and why we should update the certificate. So first of all, we can see here that the browser doesn't trust in this certificate because it is self-signed. So there is no certificate authority that say, hey, this certificate is valid. So first thing first, right? We installed the CA role on this device on the last video. So we should go to srv-cert srv, and we should be able http srv-cert srv. Here it goes. So we should be able to request a certificate, to download the CA certificate, and so on. So first thing first, we have to install or I forgot the name of the object, the PKI, public key infrastructure. So let's go to objects, and the first thing we're gonna do is upload the root certificate of this server under the trusted certificate for the firepower management center. To do that, you go to objects, object management, and let's wait a little bit because it's loading. And here we can check the PKI, so we can do certificate enrollment to do this automatically, to make the FMC get the certificate directly from the CA server. We can check the trusted CAs here, and let's do this. Let's import this root certificate on the FMC. I like to get the base 64, but it doesn't matter, to being very honest. We're gonna download the CA because there is no chain, right? We don't have more than one CA here, more than one device. So let's keep on it. Let's open. Let me open this certificate and show that to you. So there is just the one. So there is no intermediate CA on it. When you have an intermediate CA, you have another certificate here. So let's keep on it. Let's keep that. Let's upload that through the FMC. So to do that, we import we go to add trusted CA. Let's get the one that we just downloaded. Let's see if he's gonna complain. Okay, root. He's just a name. Root CA Security Lab. Okay, no password. Okay, there is some correct. Oh, I cannot have space, I would say, or root CA Security Lab. Okay, no space. Here we go. Here we go, and here we go. So some underscore to complete the name. Fail. Okay, this is because of the version. Let me get only the CA and do the same process. So search new CA. Let me keep browse save, and here we go. So first thing we did it, we uploaded the root CA, and now we are gonna generate the HTTPS to remove this error and for the browser trust on this site. We go to system configuration. As I always said, sometimes this takes more time to load, but usually in the real world it's going so well. You should not have so issues unless you have a huge environment with a lot of FMC, with more than one FMC and some latency between the network. But that's something that you could imagine in a large environment. So here goes. So we are using the current HTTPS server certificate is the self-signed, and I will generate a new CSR here. So country name, it's BR, SP, São Paulo. Organization with security, IT. I would say the organization should be better. Security Lab. This is the common name. The domain names I will put the same. Now let me leave just the common name and the IP address, and then you will fix the issue if you access using IP address or if you access using this host name. It will not complain about certificate. Here we go. Let me generate that. So I'm gonna copy this, go to here, go back a little bit, request a certificate, go to advanced. This certificate template should be web, so we are going, because it is a web browser, right, a web server, and no attributes. I like to remove this space just to make sure that I won't get any issue, and submit. Here it goes. I like to use basics 4. I download the certificate, insert a new one. So right now what we need to do is import this HTTPS certificate. So let me keep this, showing folder, start a new one, and edit with Notepad. Okay, Ctrl A to copy, Ctrl C, paste it here, remove the space, and save it. If you have a private key, it's optional. We can do it. I will show to you guys how to do that using OpenSSL, and also if you have the chain, we can also do it here, but for this case we don't need that. So just save it, wait a little bit, and they will change this. And after we close the browser and open again, and open using the IP address, we will see that there is no more issue and the browser is gonna trust on this. So let me also open ISE here for us to start the process with it. Note 7, if I am correctly. HTTPS. Oh yes, I am. Go to here. Go to here. So for ISE, basically the process is the same. And now we can see here that the common name for this certificate is this. So this is the host name of the device is valid, and also the IP address. I will try to refresh and check if Google Chrome will identify that we changed the certificate, but usually I just close the browser and open again, and that works. But for Firefox, you should be aware that Firefox has its own certificate database, and sometimes it keeps complaining about that. Being very honest, I don't know how to do it on how to fix that on Firefox, but should be something simple. So yeah, doesn't recognize the certificate yet, but let me do this. Let's do ISE first, and then go with the closure of the browser. So okay, at dirty123. It's our password, right? We check that here. Yes. So let's fix that certificate issue for both these devices, and then go with the rest of the configuration. Okay. I told you, do not show that anymore. So on ISE, where we go to generate the CSR. We go to the administration, certificates, and also on ISE we have to do the same process. First of all, import the root certificate under the trusted certificate, because if we don't do that, when we're gonna sign up the certificate, when we will import the new certificate, it's gonna complain that ISE doesn't trust as well. So let me get this one, is the cert new.cert, and I would say the friendly name is root CA Security Lab. Okay. So trusted for authentication within ISE and trusted for client authentication is log, because they're gonna use this. Trust for certificate based, yeah, also this one, because we're gonna use some kind of authentication that use certificates. Not with Cisco servers, and we don't need to validate the certificate extensions. So let's go on, let's submit this. Let's hope for no issues reported. Here we go. Right now, let's go the certificate signing request. So we are gonna ask for a certificate for this node. It's called ISE01. So organization unit is security. Organization unit is IT. We have the security lab. We have São Paulo, and what else? We have SP. We have BR. Under the sun name, I don't need to put here the ISE host name, but I will do it. So ISE01.securitylab.com. Why I don't need to do that? Because it's gonna take the FKDN, the fully qualified domain name of this server. So it's gonna get the name of the server and complete with the domain that we did on the first video that we build up. We did the initial setup. So what else we do here? Same thing, right? I want to trust in this certificate if this is host name, or even if it is the IP address. So 10.1.7, we can change the key length, the digest, but usually I don't do that, well, depending of the client's requests. So let's generate the CSR. Okay, let me export. Same thing, right? Showing folder. Wait a little bit to come up. So open with Notepad, copy, and request the certificate on the CA. Okay. Request certificate, advanced, pasted here. This is also a web server, web server template that we need to use it. Here it goes. Download this. I will download this DER just to see that there is no big difference. Just my thing to get this as base 64. And let me save a name here, because I could go crazy with all of this ISE signed. Here we go. Now you should go back to certificate signing requests, click on your requested certificate, because one of the difference when we generate the certificate on directly on the system, even this is FMC or ISE or other system, it's we don't need to worry about the private key. The private key will be on the system already, so that's why it's not requesting me, for example, a private key to do that. But I will do different for the PX grid to you guys check using OpenSSL, and you'll see that we need to worry about the private key to generate that. And also when we do some backups of ISE certificates, it's a good idea to download with the private key, because if the system goes down and you lost the private key, you need to generate a new CSR again and so on. So oops, I click on the wrong one. So click here, select the certificate and select bind certificate. Choose the file that we just created. It should be ISE signed. Friendly name, I would say ISE Security Lab. And for the EAP authentication and for admin, it's gonna reload the services, so the server will reload. For Radius DTLS, it's for authentication between the NADs, network access device, which means WLC, firewalls, and the switches, routers. So if you want to use more than one step for security, for example, we can use certificates and a password between ISE and these devices. PX Grid is to share information with other devices that support PX Grid. We are going to use this for FMC and ISE. And you could ask me, hey, why you don't use the same certificate? So as you can see on this screen, let me show you guys and explain. There is some templates, right? So this is for user, this is for basic EFS, for administrator, for web. The PX Grid certificate should be a client authentication and a server authentication. There is a field on the certificate. Let me show you. This is an important thing also. So there is a field called enhanced key usage. So this is only server authentication, but the PX Grid certificate should be server and client authentication. And that's why I'm not using the same one. So for this certificate, we're gonna use for admin. We also gonna use this for check the EAP authentication. And for the portals that we may have it, for example, for I will add a new portal group. I can use the default one, and I will show you guys when we reach this part of the lab, configure some guest portal or post-tree portal. But I will add a new one called the portal security. So this certificate will be used with this tag, and on the portal itself you select the tag. I will show to you guys that. So this certificate will be used for admin, EAP authentication, for portal, for the ISE messaging service is the conversation between the ISE. I will keep the default one, so I will explain more that, because when we create the ISE cluster, ISE deployment with more than one, they exchange certificates between them. So that's why I can leave the default one, but I could select this and say hey, use this certificate to exchange information between you. So here you go, it's gonna reload the server, not the server, only the service. We can check that under the CLI. Here it goes. Okay, so I think we are good on it, on this part. So while the server is now restart the services, I will close this and show to you guys accessing now FMC with the same IP address, but now it should trust on the certificate, and here it goes. So connection is secure and my certificate is valid. So it was issued to this FMC01 securitylab.com, and it was issued by this CA, this server. If we go to details and go to subject alternative name, we can see that it's valid for these two, for the host name and for the IP address as we selected. And now I don't have this error anymore regarding the certificates. At 30123. So ISE is still rebooting. Sometimes takes up to 10 minutes to reload the servers. That's something normal. What else we can do here? Let me get my notes. So we should configure DNS, and so because we know it's easier to us to fix host names, for example fmc01.securitylab.com, and it's also a good practice to have it right. We need to have the DNS configured. So to do that, we open the server manager, go to tools, and open the DNS. So one thing that you guys should know, there is DNS and reverse DNS. For example, to resolve names using -e, -a, and I will configure the forward lookup zones first, which is the default one, and then I will configure the reverse lookup to all of this. Oh, sorry, it's other way around. I will configure the reverse lookup first, and then I will configure the normal one. So primary zone, it's simple, just next, 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 and paste the network. Okay, we are done with this one. Let's go to the next. 10.1.2, 10.1.2. Okay, that's good. We don't need 10.1.4 because we are using 10.1 to manage the device. But we need 10.1.3 because there is a network with that, and you can grab the names of the device. You can join the devices, the endpoint devices on the domain. Here it goes. Okay, we are done here with the reverse DNS, and now we are gonna start to create the entries, right? We need to create some entry. For example, the default, when we install DNS, the only DNS that we know, it is the host name of the server. So if I do ping srv, it's gonna say that it is my IP address. So this is the IPv6. I thought I disable IPv6, so let's check it out. Okay, I disabled here, but probably it's trying to resolve with this one, which is the interface that I connected to it. So I don't want to change that right now because maybe I can lose access. So let's keep on and create all of these entries. So basically you click with the right button and new host, select this option to create the associated on the reverse lookup zones, and paste it here, FMC01, the IP address 10.1.1.9, and add just this. So we go to FMC02, 10.1.1.8, add host, good on that. So ISE01, 10.1.1.7, 10.1.1.7. Okay, ISE02, 10.1.1.6. Okay, next one is FTD01, 10.1.1.10, 10.1.1.10. FTD02, which is 10.1.1.11. I will go until here now, just to save some time of you guys, and then offline I will do the same thing for the others. So I think it will be good to, so you already see how to do it. And so let's go to here to the browser and go to fmc01.securitylab.com. Here it goes. It's gonna ask me to log in again, but it's valid certificate and also using the host name. Okay, my browser get freeze. Oh, I lost connection to the server. Let me see something. While that is reconnecting, let me show to you guys what I did right now. I did some changes here, so I will, to get more knowledge and to teach you more, we're gonna build up an IPsec tunnel between this and this. So we can say that this is our data center. This is the main site, the HQ, the headquarters, and we have a data center, and all the secondary will be on the data center, and you're gonna have a transparent firewall here. I will use FTD here and use ASA here to bring up this VPN. So we're gonna configure the transparent firewall here, and configure the secondary FMC and the secondary ISE nodes using the IPsec tunnel. That will be a good one. So okay, it just go back. Let's log in again. Okay, I typed something wrong. Here it goes. Let's go to ISE. Oh, let me say okay, end the existing session. So as you can see with this message, it's one login per account, and that's it. Then it's just asking me to, hey, you already have a session, just I want to end up the session and start a new one. Say okay. So i01.securitylab.com. Let's see if ISE gets back. HTTPS. Yes, here we go. ISE already comes back. We have the certificate valid, and yeah, we're good on it. We did the DNS. Let me grab my notes here. We don't generate CSR and private keys using OpenSSL. I think just to this video doesn't go so long. Let me do this. So first, you need to download the OpenSSL. I already downloaded just to save some time, but you just Google it and you will find it. So we go. I pasted here on the C, right, on the root of C. So you should use the command prompt to do it. So basically you go until this folder and use this guy here, but you don't need to double click on it. And let me grab my notes, because this is something that I do not do every day. It's not my daily thing, so I have some notes here to save, and I would say to you guys that it's also good to have some notes on it. Okay, it's getting freeze. So let me grab my notes while we're speaking. Okay, here it goes. I will also put this URL that shows to us how to do it. So first thing first, we need to generate the private key, right? Let's do it. Okay, comes back. So we need to go to CD. It's getting freeze. CD space C, comma. Yeah, it's getting freeze. Comma slash. You go to OpenSSL and paste tab. We slash again and X64 and paste tab. Okay. Let me go to these folders, do a dir and cd x64 cd bin, oops, bin, and here we go. So to generate the CSR, we do this command. So let's go back there, open. It's getting freeze. Why? Open SSL space gen RSA well, gen RSA minus alt. We go to server key dot key and the key length. So I will say that is px grid because we're gonna use for this dot key, and the key length, just the number will be 296. Oops, 2048, right? So okay. So this computer doesn't have this, so okay, I will fix that and generate that certificates later. Yeah, that's the point. I need to install some softwares to do first, so I will do that later. I think for today's video, that's good. We have just sign up the 2 certificates, and we configure DNS, so we have some DNS here. I will keep this offline. So thank you for your time, guys. This is just about the certificates and DNS, and next video we are gonna keep configuration. So remember that on the FTD we just configured the IP address and routing, and now we need to create some rules because we are using the network discovery rules, which does not block anything, right? So we don't have block. All the traffic is passing through the file right now. It's not going to the internet yet because we don't have the net. So I will do this on the next video, the net, some access control policy, and I also show some good things that the version 7.0 has. And I know that on version 7.1 it's even better. So let's talk about this in the next video. Thank you so much. Thank you for your time. God bless you. See you soon. Bye bye.